Alright guys, welcome back. It's actually the same day that I just did the ultra low emissions test, but these are the alarms I use. This one's called the Demon. They've been called other things in the past, the Cyclone and this and that. Very basic alarms. So you have a warning light there, which I probably will use, and then you have this one unit that controls everything. I don't use immobilizers. So I only connect the earth and the power, that's all I do. Sometimes I keep the LED on there and I just use it as a loud alarm. So it's basically these two, earth and power, run this somewhere so that the system always works, and then leave everything else alone. That's it. In fact, this doesn't have anything else, so that's perfect. So I think on this occasion I'm going to mount this unit in here somewhere. Probably cable tie it. That's the most secure thing to do, and then you run these wires through onto the battery, and it's as simple as that. If I put a little hole in here somewhere, I can have the LED poking out so that at night people will know it's your bike's alarmed, basically, and you'll hear the alarm. It's a nice kind of loud mode, and I'll show you the kind of sensitivity on them and how you change all that, so we'll look at that. So I've popped off the side panel, having left enough room for the ignition wires to just hang down. That was kind of the point last week. That's what me and Nat was trying to achieve. Unit's going to sit in here somewhere, probably kind of like that, with a cable tie, and then we'll bring the wires through to the battery, which is just on the other side. You might need to extend them a little bit, no huge issue there. The white wire can just hang and go anywhere. The white wire is the aerial, and then when this is secure somewhere, I'm thinking to here, to this bar here with a cable tie. Then we'll look at wiring it up, which is straightforward. You just got to make sure you get the wires through to the other side, or even just push the unit through from the other side. So you can't necessarily see it, but that part's done. That's cable tied in there. I should probably throw a tie. I'll throw a tie on this end as well, make sure that's fully secure. Yeah, I'm going to put a tie through that end, and then we'll check the wiring on the other side. So the unit itself is solid and secure now. It has to be secure so that the vibrations on it work, because it works by shock. This bit's easy. Green onto here, red onto there if it fits, and off, ready to go. The earth done. A bit tight on the old power, but it should fit. Extra. You can always extend it. Oh, there's plenty. There's plenty. Right. Sorry if I'm in the way. Same thing. Same process. Pop it off. Add the extra wire, throw it all back in and tighten it up. Double check the bolts. There you go. Pop the cover back on. And so on. Let's check. Now the key should just do what it does. Let's have a look. That's unalarmed, disalarm it. So it's alarmed. I don't know what sensitivity it's on at the moment. Okay. So it gives you a warning beep, and if someone messes with it too much, it should go off. Let's see, actually. It's probably on its lowest sensitivity at the moment. Let's see what it takes. That is stupidly loud though. That's good, so it also has a tilt sensor. But yeah, I mean, you need loud because you want to know someone's nicking your bike, but bloody hell. So that just tells me that someone's messed with the bike, that's why it beeped so much. Yeah, so again, it should give a warning beep. And then we don't actually want it going off anymore because it's loud as hell. Right, this side panel just pops back on, there's no issue there. Oh. So there you go, once again, unalarmed, alarmed, it will give you a warning, and it will set off the loudest alarm ever in the whole wide world when somebody sits on it, moves it, touches it or bashes it. So there you go, guys, the alarm is now sorted. I'm going to give it a bit of a polish with my compound. I don't know if you can see here, but it's just, to be fair, a clean would probably sort it out, but I am going to give it a quick buff, just to kind of neaten it up, and I'm going to take this stuff off using brake cleaner because it's just glue, and here, brake cleaner, and just make it a bit more presentable. So let's see if some brake cleaner takes off the extra glue. Yeah, it does. Done. And there isn't any on that side. I need to get a nice clean cloth. So I think the panels aren't bad enough to use the cutting compound. Watch, as you can see, kind of slight marks there. Just polishing it does. I mean, compound would take away some of that, but it's quite shallow. There's no huge problems there. Maybe a good clean and then some shine. That's probably the best bet. Yep. This is what I was telling you about last week. You can't tell if that's dirt or rust. Obviously now you can see there's bits of rust on there. I'm going to clean that away and put a bit of black on there, I think. And I mean, the whole bike is still pretty dirty even after jet washing, so we'll try and give it another bit of a clean. All this is dirty. I'll get a bit of brake clean on that, whatever that is. I'm basically just going to give the bike a good clean, ready for the sale. So guys, just quickly, I've cleaned up that of dirt and little bits of rust and put one coat of black on it. That's the engine bracket, and that's just to protect it. I've cleaned off down here as much as I could, hard to get into, and I took this panel off and cleaned behind there. I'm now in the process of doing this side, so that's what it looks like. To be fair, it's a mixture of mud and some rust underneath, but I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to clean it off using well, let me show you, using this and sandpaper and a sand block. Try and find out what's mud. This is just muddy, so that's fine. This has rust and mud, so we'll need proper cleaning off, and then we'll need a coat of paint to help protect it. So yeah, that's all I'm doing right now. I've just thrown the first coat of spray wax on there. I'm just letting it kind of soak in a bit, and then I'll wipe it off and we should see a fairly nice shine. So there you go guys, that is it for this bike. It is over now. I did do the rear brake lights. I better check that actually, I haven't checked that. Make sure that comes on. Excellent. The brake light was done. I have polished the bike as much as I can. There's still silly dirt everywhere on the tyre and stuff, but I've done the majority of the work that needs doing. Rust remedy stuff is the main thing. Bike starts and runs great. The key system is this now. So your alarm and your key, and that one's your petrol cap key. So that's all good. Let me show you that the bike does still run and ride like it should. That's all good. Yeah, the main problem with this bike was just cleaning. It came in so dirty from that company, and lots of bikes do, and I can't work out like what's going on. I don't know if they're in a dirty area or what, but yeah. So yeah, it's all looking good. It all seems fine. I expect the bike to run and ride for a while. As in, just, it should be okay now. There should be no issues with it. It's a nice looking bike. It rides very nice as well. There really isn't any issues. So that's it. I'm considering this bike done and dusted. So this bike should be gone today or tomorrow, and we'll then be looking at what's next. I think the Bandit's going today, even though it passed the ultra low emissions test only today. Someone's interested in that, so that's potentially going as well. So that's where we are at the moment. The Thunder race isn't going. It's only £1,000, but I'm not getting any messages on it. I'm going to do the clutch .4 fluid change soon, possibly today actually, to get that done and out the way. It's just a tiny bit of a judder, and the clutch biting point is very close to the bar. I think new fluid should change that. I think that fluid's just old. And I haven't done it before, but I will show you the process I'm using when chasing the fluid out. Apparently it's the same as the back brake, so should be okay as long as I don't suck up air. Yep, so that's it. This bike goes back under its cover over there and should be sold soon. Bandit will probably be sold today, and the Thunder Race isn't sold yet, but it should. It's a great running bike.